How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another chapter of my two cents involving now this time the Atlanta Falcons. They played over the weekend. For those of you that had listened to my chapter before involving Arsenal, like I said before, if you support both of these two teams, you're not going to really want to be happy in regards to liking sport this weekend. Um, Yeah, I've had to suffer this weekend. It's not even a case of like I've had it like from my boy Cody. If you're listening, hello. Um, I've had it from him, and I've had it from a few people on TikTok as well. Mainly a couple of certain Dallas Cowboy fans out there, and one Cincinnati Bengals fan who spring to mind. You know who you are. Um, um, Yeah, if you're an Arsenal fan and if you're an Atlanta Falcons fan, you're not going to like sport this weekend, like I said in the last chapter, in the last episode. So again, yeah, it's going to be short, but at the same time, I'm going to be venting a bit of frustration, especially with this game, because this game really is just a disappointment. Um, we've had the Atlanta Falcons. Now, in my case, I've always relied on Arsenal and Atlanta. If one of them does bad, I expect the other one to just cheer me up and get a win. And after Arsenal losing on the Saturday, um, I was really hoping out that the Falcons would win on Sunday, especially being at home and they're playing against a defense against an offensive line in Seattle who's not the best. But they didn't get hardly any pressure on this line whatsoever to get to the quarterback. And they made Geno Smith look like he was like the best quarterback ever in certain cases. Um, just going to get straight to it. Yeah, Atlanta lost this game 30. If those you haven't seen, they lost the game 34 points to 14. Um, I've not been this disappointed in both of my teams that I love. And I'll give you guys an example of it. A few years ago, I believe it was 2019? I think it was 2019 or 2020. And they both played, ironically, they both played their bitter rivals on the same day. Atlanta played New Orleans and Arsenal played Tottenham. And what happened? They both lost. That's how this felt this weekend with us losing to Bournemouth and losing to Seattle. You know, we've spoken about Arsenal already, but in this case, Atlanta, I don't know what went wrong with this one. This game it was a very hard watch. Watching it, I was watching this at the Hippodrome Casino with my people in Leicester Square in good old London town, and yeah, it was just a bad game to watch. Horrendously from so many levels. I mean, performance from the players bad. Some of the officials callings on penalties bad. Um, Defensive play bad. It just it's just one thing after another. You know, I don't know what more I could be saying, even be sitting there saying to you in regards to the team, but they need to respond. And yeah, I'll talk about it again. I'll talk about who they're playing this weekend shortly. Um, yeah, it was just a bad watch. It really was bad. It was, and what makes it worse, it was on the big screen in the casino for everyone to see, and it was just so painful and just a disappointment, absolute disappointment in this game. And as much as it was a few days ago, it was a couple of days ago. Sorry, going back on it. Okay, you move on, you go on to the next week. But because I haven't spoken about it openly yet, yeah, it's just angered me so much. It angered some of the decisions and some of the plays that were called absolutely ridiculous, just beyond a joke. Seattle took a 10-point lead, and they just never looked back. They were looking good, they were looking solid, and they weren't really even trying. I know that if they played against another team and against another team in the league, they probably would have lost this game. Um, but we just made them look world class, and it was, like I said, it was a hard watch. It was a hard watch. Probably the only saving grace out of the performance was Bijan Robinson. He had a good day himself individually. But the type of display that he put on with the numbers that he did should have been enough to win you the game, and you know he didn't get that, which I think is unfortunate for him. Defense, I think the defense was a real letdown. Um, we've constantly gone on about the offense at times, but on this occasion it was both sides of the ball which were just as bad as each other. Yes, we got two touchdowns. Yes, we pressured them when we did, but those 34 points that we gave up, some of it was way too easy, way too easy, and I think the boys generally gave up probably in the fourth quarter. Um, Hence the reason why the scoreline is bigger than what it is. Um, Even speaking about it now, I'm just like, yeah, okay, it was a few days ago, but my goodness me, it was just a hard watch. Um, so I want to go to the numbers, and it's just yeah. So Kirk Cousins had 24 completed passes for 35. He threw for 232 yards, one touchdown and two interceptions. Michael Penix came in late in the fourth quarter and threw just a one pass for 14 yards. Our attacking on our offense on the ground, as I said, Bijan Robinson a good day. 21 carries for 103 yards, averaging 4.9 yards per carry, and getting a touchdown for himself. Which like I said, a very good day for him. From an individual point of view, Tyler Algier, yeah, he had 5 carries of 36 yards, 7.2 yards per carry. Josh McClellan came in, got 5 carries for 17 yards as well. He came in late towards the game. The wide receiving core, Kyle Pitts got seven receives for 65 yards. Drake London got 6 for 63 and got a touchdown. Darnell Mooney got caught 5 for 46. Bijan Robinson got 3 for 40. Um, Casey Washington came in and got 1 for 14 yards. Ray McLeod caught a couple for 9 yards, and Tyler J got 1 for 9 yards himself. Um, Now, this is where I get to where the concern comes into play in regards to the fact that as a defensive line, we have the worst defensive line probably in the league because we're not getting sacks. We are dead last in the league in sacks. I think we've only got 6 sacks this season. So we're not doing really much of a good job getting to the quarterback. You know, you're getting 6 sacks all season, and there's players out there who are getting getting 2, 3 sacks a game. Um, so it tells you all you can in regards to us, in regards to the Falcons, in regards to pressuring the quarterback and trying to take him down. It's just not working. Um, we had 1 sack in the game, and that was from James Smith Williams. Um, that was it. um, and then there was no picks. There was too many punt. There was it was that's the numbers. What can I say? Um, as 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 a fan and with our fan base as well, wasn't it wasn't a good watch. It was a very disappointing watch. What makes it worse is that obviously I'm in the UK. I'm a Londoner. There were a group of boys from the Atlanta Falcons UK group that actually went to Atlanta to go and watch this game. So imagine you've travelled all that way to go and watch that. I mean, that's you know, it's not the best. It's not the best. Um, even on special teams, Young Hoku, he's Mr. Reliable. He had a field goal, he missed. I mean, everything that went wrong in this game. Um, the numbers there speak for themselves. it wasn't a good day for, in general, for the whole team. It wasn't a good game. It wasn't a good day. Even for the punter and Bradley Pinion, he had he punted the ball about 3 times, but over the course of the last 3 games, he only done 2 punts. So he's not even got that much to do apart from on Sunday. Um, so yeah, really bad game. Really, I would love to say that it was an off day for the boys. Maybe they went up for it. They didn't want to turn up, but I don't believe that for a second. I believe these boys, they go into training and practice every week, and they practice their hearts out and their asses off. But when it comes to game day, it's a completely different thing. You're out there on that field. You've got to perform, otherwise you're going to get punished. And there was many times in that game where they left. When you leave them wide receivers like DK Metcalf open, then you know there's something going on. Um, I believe that this scheme that we're playing on defense, I would love to see us go back to playing a 4-3 defense, um, rather than playing a nickel formation, because it sometimes looks like the players don't. It looks like there's sometimes confusion with the players of what they're doing and who they're picking up. It's with a nickel defense, they've got two defensive tackles and the 2 linebackers on the outside, and then you've got everyone else in the backfield. It's I don't really like the fact that they play that. Um, I believe that they should go back to playing a 4-3. Um, Whether they do that or not, I don't know. But I don't believe the nickel defense works for us, in that regard. Um, I don't know what more I can say about this game. It was just really bad. It was just a really bad. It was just a bad watch. A really bad watch. And if you're not an American football fan and you're listening to this and you want to watch the game and try and get an understanding, please don't watch it. Go and watch another game. This game won't teach you anything. It won't teach you anything at all. But I believe to say that, yeah, this was an off game, for the team. Yes, they're still top of the division. Um, Going forward, they are playing a divisional rival game this weekend against Tampa Bay Buccaneers, um, who themselves lost yesterday. So we're still top of the division purely because of the fact that they lost yesterday against the Ravens. So Baltimore done us a bit of a favour there, um, and they lost quite bad, and they have a couple of big injuries, which could be a, well, it would be a big blow to them. Um, Mike Evans went out with a hamstring injury sometime, I think, in the second quarter, if I remember. And then who else got hit? Someone else got hurt as well. I think it was Godwin. He went out, I think, with I think it was a broken ankle. Let me just bring it up. But yeah, I think it was a broken ankle. Or twisted. It was either a broken ankle or a twisted ankle. But they've lost both. They've lost. Yeah, I believe they've lost both of their wide receivers for the game, um, against the Falcons this coming Sunday, which most people would say is probably a blessing, but I wouldn't put out. It's not something you don't see anything anyway. Um, so what they're saying is, let me go down to it quickly. So I'm looking at ESPN right now, guys. Yes, so Tampa Bay are saying that Chris Godwin has he will undergo surgery for a dislocated left ankle and will most likely be done for the year. That's what is coming from Coach Bowles. That's what he said on Tuesday, one day after the star wide receiver was cast off the field in the final minute of the Monday night game against the Baltimore Ravens. Mike Evans, he suffered, yeah, they're saying it's a medium or moderate hamstring strain, but he'll be out for a couple of weeks. But with hamstring injuries, you know, in football, hamstring injuries, you're normally out for 3 weeks. But this is American football, this is NFL, but they're saying he could be out for a couple of weeks. So they're saying that he will be out until the bye. So basically, say that is 3 weeks. Um, then yeah, so they're playing the Falcons this week. Um, yeah, and then he'll miss the game, and then yeah, they got the games against Kansas City Chiefs and the 49ers. So this is actually now a chance now for, again, just like with Arsenal, where the Falcons need to respond after that game against the Seahawks by going into this game against a divisional rival and be like, right, we have an opportunity here to actually take a strike on this division, especially due to the fact that two amongst two of the best wide receivers in the division alone are both out for the Buccaneers. And for me, and I'm looking at the injury right now. It just didn't look good at all. The way he went down. They put it around the thing. Yeah, it's a dislocated left ankle that Chris Godwin's got. Never nice to see. I would have wished that on anybody, especially after what I saw last week as well in Detroit. Seeing broken bones in this game, it's never nice. It's never nice to see. So I will wish, I wish Chris Godwin a speedy recovery. I wish Mike Evans a speedy recovery as well, because you want to see these players play. I would rather much see these two guys play against the Falcons and we win, knowing that we beat them with their best players, rather than, okay, we still win, not a problem, but then they can say, well, we didn't have these players playing. And if we was to win the game on Sunday, then that's probably most likely what we're going to hear from Bucks fans. That, two of our best wide receivers are all gone, didn't play. That's the reason why you guys beat us. And that's probably what they're going to say if we do win. However, you still have Baker Mayfield throwing darts down the field like it's not tomorrow, and he's doing well for the Buccaneers right now. So in that regard, I don't want to be hearing no excuses from anybody, regardless of the result. But I do believe we have every chance of going down to Tampa and winning. Yeah, I'm just looking at the Mike Evans injury. Yeah, that didn't look very nice as well. Like he tweaked his hamstring. So yeah, didn't look good at all. Another injury. But Dirty Birds, this is our opportunity to come back and let's take a stranglehold in this division. Let's get there. Let's try and get to the playoffs. For me, this is week 8 now coming up. We're halfway through the regular season. For me now, how I do things is I look at the season from once the international games that come to London are done, you then start looking at standings in regards to where your team is in the playoff spots. First few weeks, it's about your division. After that, it's now about where you're going to be in the playoffs, and you want to be in one of those top 7 spots for when it comes to the playoffs. At this moment in time, Atlanta are in the playoff spot because they're top of the division, based on the tiebreak. So if we can beat Tampa Bay, we would have beaten them twice already, and that would be a big advantage going forward for the rest of the season, especially when it does come to playing against our divisional rivals. So let's see what we got. The boys have got to respond. Coach Morris, I know he's going to have them motivated. He needs to have them motivated for this game coming up. I mean, there's not much. You don't need to motivate yourself any higher when you're playing a divisional rival, especially when it's the divisional rival, which is the biggest threat to you. Considering that the Panthers and the Saints are kind of not looking, especially the Panthers not looking good at all, and the Saints are just looking like things are starting to catch up to them as well. Let's take a foothold. Let's take a stronghold in this division. Let's see what we can do. We're more than capable of doing so. That's what I believe. So let's go Falcons. Let's continue to rise up. Let's continue to believe, and let's beat those Buccaneers on Sunday. But guys, yeah, that is all from me for this point of my 2 cents on the pod. My name's Dino. If you're listening to me, listening on podcast. If you're watching me on on YouTube. I'm also going to be bringing things up on TikTok. My TikTok channel, which is at Away Days Sports. Days is spelled DAZE. You can also follow me. My YouTube channel is Dino, Away Days. Again, Days is spelled DAZE. I will, again, like I mentioned in my last chapter, I will be at some point making a Facebook page, group group page, and also an Instagram as well. So we'll be bringing them up at some point in the future. Probably not until um, I might leave it until maybe the new year, or maybe just after Christmas, maybe sometime in between there, but we'll see. But they will be coming very, very soon, so do keep a lookout when they come. But in the meantime, thank you for listening to me on here, guys. I really do appreciate all the support that you're giving me by hearing me listen to me talk about the sports that I love to talk about. Um, Again, I want to do something in regards to rivalries in sports, especially in football and American football. So if there's any rivalries that you guys want me to talk about, whether it's I've already done the North London derby, but if there's any other rivalries in football you want me to talk about, whether it's the El Clasico or Rangers versus Celtic, or the Sheffield derby, Man City versus Man United, Man City versus Liverpool, Man United versus Liverpool. So any derbies, a time where any of those you want me to talk about, yeah, let me know. I'll research it. I'll bring up and let everyone know what this derby is about as well. I'll also be um, talking about certain things that happened in previous Premiership years as well, kind of similar to what Sky do with the Premiership years. But there's a lot of things that a lot of us that younger football fans don't know about what happened in previous Premiership years and some of the great players that we used to see when we were younger. So I'd love to speak about more of those players from all these different teams back in the day. But yeah, I'll be doing that. But until then, I'm Dino. This is my podcast. This is my 2 cents. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.